morning! It is day one of Leakycon. It is August 10th and it is about 6:30 in the morning, so I'm kind of being quiet because I am staying at my cousin's house and I am so excited. So basically, if you don't know, Leakycon is like the biggest Harry Potter convention in the world. It's 3-day, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Dallas, Texas, and I'm so excited. Last night I tried to go to the convention to do early registration and get my badge, and downtown Dallas is a death trap. So I didn't get it, so I'm going early today so I can go ahead and get it and hopefully avoid some lines. But hopefully I find parking because I had an anxiety attack about it last night, but it's okay. Let me just show you my little outfit of the day. Basically, I'm going super simple today. I'm wearing my Hufflepuff Quidditch shirt because Hufflepuff pride. My nails are also black because emo. I'm just wearing some athletic shorts and I'm wearing some tennis shoes with some Ravenclaw socks, even though I'm not a Ravenclaw, because gotta support other houses, and I'm wearing my Hufflepuff ones tomorrow. But yeah, I'm about to leave, so I'll check in with you later. Guess who found parking without even trying? That's me. So it's 7:30. I'm here 30 minutes earlier because I thought it would take me like 5 years to find parking. It opens at 8 to get registration and stuff. Someone just parked right next to me. This is really awkward. I hate vlogging in public. But you know what? It must be done because I need these Harry Potter memories for the rest of my life. And this is going to be a very memorable weekend. But yeah. So I'm at the convention center, but I can't go in until like 30 minutes. I wonder how long registration will take, because then at 8, it opens at 8, but then the marketplace doesn't open until 9. So if it takes me like 5 minutes, then I'm gonna have like a whole hour to wait. But good thing I brought my Harry Potter book because I can just read. But yeah, so I'm glad I made it in one piece.
First chapter, so...
Yes. But does anyone in here not want it spoiled? You should be okay. Everyone's ready. Alright, one person. Put your fingers in your ears.
The two primary protagonists in the play are both in Slytherin. So, and one of them is Albus Severus, the son of Harry Potter. So we finally, outside of the main series, are getting a primary narrative perspective, that is Slytherin, right? We're examining it from within, without the bias of Gryffindor, without Harry's judgment clouding over who these people are supposed to be. We're actually looking at, oh, these are real people who are also in Slytherin, and so...
And sorry to cut you off, but the other character, the other primary character of Chris Child is Scorpius Malfoy, Draco's son.
Well, thank you. I'm just gonna start out just right now saying I'm so nervous. and then I realized though backstage that like I probably couldn't be in a room full of more introverts, and so is anybody in here an introvert? Just so we can see a raise of hands. Yes, my people. Okay, great. So that makes me feel better. Anyway, thank you so much for coming to this. I was expecting like 50 people, so really.
Maybe what you initially heard the character was supposed to be, or what you or anybody else initially saw on the page, to what all of us wound up seeing on the screen.
Well, initially she was written as more of a bombshell, like a but if she had been described to me like that, I would have never thought that I had a shot, because that's just not the way that I see myself. But the casting director, Fiona Weir, is just this she's just a really wonderful woman, really smart and really sensitive. And she described her to me as an empath, as a woman who can read into people and who is incredibly loving, and she loves to bake, and she's maybe considered by some as a beauty or something of that sort in that role, but that's not the way that she sees herself, and so that's the way that I saw the role. But apparently that's not the way that other people I think that other people thought she was bombshell. So I was doing something, I was like singing a totally different tune to everybody else. And thankfully, the creators of JK and David Yates and David Heyman, they saw something in me that they liked, and they pursued it, and the bombshelliness kind of lessened, and her warmth was able to come out more, which I love that was able to happen.
I'll speak personally for me and why I responded so much to the character, but I suspect that a lot of people will feel similarly, and so it's interesting to hear you describe it that way. Mind control or mind reading, Queenie has the power of legitimacy, and in fantasy stories that can so often be portrayed as corrupt or evil, and so to see a character who has that ability portrayed as gentle and empathetic, and somebody who wants to use her power to better understand others and to help them understand themselves, I think that really resonated with people. And is that something that really appealed to the character about you?
That's so cool. I think one of the beautiful things about Queenie, but it is actually also a bit sad, and I don't want to make this sound like a downer, because this is a happy time, but Queenie has this gift. It is a great power, right? Like, it is something that is inborn, and it is a sign of a great witch or wizard, but she doesn't know that. She doesn't know that. So, like, her whole life, she's been trying to be normal, basically, and cook and just like have a good time. And she has this thing that she's actually like not necessarily able to control, but also doesn't really recognize it as a power. So in some ways that's what makes her so endearing, but it is also, as a woman especially, it's like an interesting growth thing that, like, a lot of the times the thing that is it's the most special about us is actually what we are the most self-conscious about, or the thing that we think is like, I don't want to acknowledge that part of me, and that's kind of what she's like.
That was really quite charming.
Thank you. I got a chance to co-write a song with J.K. Rowling. What a brag. No, it was, and then she came to set that day, and I thought I was gonna die. I was already nervous enough, and it was like, oh my god, the queen is here, the queen is here. You know, like I grew up with Hogwarts.
Yes, of course.
And who didn't want to go to Hogwarts? It sounds like the best place, and I always wanted to be in England as a kid, and like that was just always my dream. So, okay, so Hogwarts is like a very deep-seated thing for me. But then, you know, like Queenie went to Ilvermorny, and Queenie loves Ilvermorny.
She loves it.
She was out there with the trash talk.
Yeah, hogwash. So we haven't seen Ilvermorny, which is the tricky thing.
Right.
But I kind of imagine it as this like, you know, early 19th century building like out back east with like, you know, woods and canoeing and so I kind of have skewed now to Ilvermorny.
Wow! It's also got that great line in the song that goes Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, that was my little. Yeah. I'm glad you liked it. I was like, Catherine, we have to juice it. And I thought she was not going to do it, but she did. She's a sport.
Listen, I'll just say, for the record, no safer place than Hogwarts where a student dies every year.
Very true. Ilvermorny, we were safe.
So far. Well, we are so excited to have with us a very, very good friend of the con, Devin Murray.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much for having me back again.
You've been to, was it just the one in 2013?
That's right, in Portland.
Yeah, back in Portland, so we haven't seen you in a bit.
Oh, it's been a long time.
How are things going in Ireland?
Pretty good. I've been aging an awful lot in the last 4 years. I swear. Like, honestly, God, like, so many grey hairs. Check that shit. There is. Don't even lie. Don't even lie. I'm 30 now next month. Or October.
We could still be together.
I was just marveling, we were just marveling backstage that we met 14 years ago. You were 16.
It's crazy.
On a junket in New York for the films.
Yeah.
And it's just been a wild ride.
It's been crazy. Do you remember coming to London and we went to the, was it a theme park or something? Myself, you and Jamie.
Where was that?
I don't know, I think we went to London.
I have like a vague shadow memory of it, but I have no idea what we did.
I can't remember.
I do remember a lot of card games.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah. So it was a wild ride back in the day.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And you came to the premieres and everything.
I did to cover it for Leaky.
Yeah.
I got to see you guys a lot back then, but lately it's so different. The phenomenon and the culture has shifted so much.
It has, and it's sent everybody going in different ways, different avenues. With me after Harry Potter, it was like 11 years of my life doing the same thing day in, day out. And I had to give up my horses. So when Harry Potter finished, I wanted to get back to normality a bit. Because I'd lost touch of who I was in a sense. I wasn't me for 11 years. I was being somebody else, being on the Harry Potter sets, being away from friends and family and things like that. So when Harry Potter finished, I was like, okay, I need some time to myself, back with my family, back with the horses, back with the people that I grew up with. And that's what I've done since Harry Potter. I'm riding horses all day, every day. We rescue horses. Rehabilitate them. I buy and sell young horses. We produce them up to Grand Prix. You know what? My family, I wouldn't have been like real close to all my family growing up. But since Harry Potter, I was like, I'm more family orientated. I'm more like, I love Ireland, and I was going to move out to LA this year. But I was like, you know what? I'm too Irish. I don't want to be Irish. I left Ireland for long enough as it was, and I'm just,
Are you working on acting jobs?
Yeah, so in the last, say, year, I've kind of been missing being back in front of the camera again. So I've said, look, I'll finally bite the bullet and start acting again. So I'd done a small movie with my friend last year, or last year. But the problem was, the day before, I'd fallen off a horse and broke 12 or 13 bones.
What?
And I didn't go to the hospital or anything. I was like, oh, I'll be fine. I gotta go filming in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
How'd that work out? Which
Taken
bone?
from our wallet was
Oh, I broke a few on my foot, my ankle, my ribs, my wrist, all of my hands.
And he didn't go to the
So
hospital.
I was
So you
walking.
just-
It
yeah.
seemed like the trying to run.
Yeah.
Right?
That didn't work. Needless to say, I got cut out of that movie fairly quick.
So you break all these bones and you think, it's fine. I'm gonna go
It's
film.
fine, yeah.
Everything's fine.
Everything was fine. I didn't think I'd broken them. I just thought I'd bruised them or something.
12 or 13. How long did that take you to recover?
Oh, I was riding like 2 or 3 days later.
Oh my gosh. He's so Irish.
And I did take a bit of time. I did have to go off and ride like 2 or 3 days later. But after that, I was off for like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I just stayed in bed and I was like bored, senseless. So I watched everything on Netflix. Honestly, I think I've watched everything.
What are your favorites?
Do you know what I really like now is Power.
Power, it's
Yeah.
called? Oh, who's in that?
I wonder
50
if he's
Cent.
seen
Oh,
How to Get
really?
Away with Murder with Dean Thomas.
It's really cool. It's like drugs and they're laundering money and things like that. It's actually really, really clever. A really good show.
Cool.
It's really good.
Awesome. So yeah, so you got right back to it. So you got taken out of that one.
Yeah, I got cut out of that. What an asshole.
This is your friend.
This is my best pal. And like, first of all, he was like terrified to ask me to be in the movie. And then he finally got the balls and asked, Devin, do you want to be in it? I was like, sure. And then he cuts me out. Who does that?
13 months later.
And I went in there for the first 5 minutes. I was speaking to my girlfriend at the time, and I was like, yeah, no, terrible movie, yeah, terrible movie. But it wasn't. It's like amazing. What for me? Like, I'm a fan of this, where I can't be a fan of Harry Potter because I've seen everything, I know everything inside out. And I can be a fan to a certain extent, but I can't be a fan.
Right, of the movie.
I can't be of Fantastic Beasts, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite bit?
I love the little Niffler. He's just a little girl. He is amazing. Everybody seems to love him, like. And what's the little
Pickett.
Yeah, Pickett.
Do you have any stories that now that we have a little bit of distance from that world that you never thought you could quite tell before, but can now?
Nope.
Nope. You don't have a good poker face.
I know, look, there's a lot of things that happen on Harry Potter that will always stay in Harry Potter. There's not many things that we have been able to take away from it that is just for ourselves. But like, there are some crazy things that have happened. Like I said earlier on about different pranks and things like that. Robbie Coltrane caught me good. I said it earlier on this morning on the panel, and so what he done one morning was we just come back for the third movie, I think it was, and excuse me, we went into hair and makeup. But as I was going in, Robbie's like, Devin, come on out here. So he drags me and he brings me into the changing room next door. So he brings band-aids out and puts them all over my face, and then sends me into hair and makeup. So I go in there, and Amanda, the main makeup lady, she's like, oh my god, what's happened? So she calls David Heyman, David Barron, everybody, all the producers down. And I'm thinking, oh my god, I've just lost my job. My heart is like pumping out of my chest. Robbie goes running a mile. He's like, no, I'm not getting caught for this. So finally they all come down, and like I'm sweating and like terrified. I think, oh my god. So they come down, like, what's happened? It's like, I fell off a horse. So we're like, oh my god. So they call like all the medical ladies and everything.
Oh no.
I was like, oh. Then Robbie came in, he's like, oh, it's just a joke.
I would fold so much sooner. How did you keep it together?
I was terrified of what Robbie would do to me. Besides Robbie.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So he let you off the hook.
Oh yeah, David was like, you know what? Good one. Well played.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I didn't get in trouble. I didn't lose my job. See,
That's all you could ask
it was
for.
fun. But no, it was great as well. Like, we'd go out, like, I'll never forget, there was one time I didn't get to do it. It was on the very first movie. Myself and Dan and David Heyman were going out to the WWF or WWE WrestleMania or whatever it was called. And I was like, yeah, that's going to be amazing. But then I had to fly home from my communion. No, my confirmation. So I had to fly home for my confirmation, so I didn't get to go. So Matthew ended up taking my place. Asshole. I was so jealous. Yeah, exactly. It looked amazing. They took like all the photos. There was no like camera phones back then. They had like all their photos. They were back in work on Monday morning, rubbing it in my face. Oh look, we met. We met The Rock. We met Triple H. I was like, I hate you all.
Okay, so the lighting is super weird in here and I feel like I'm really low. But I am back at my cousin's house now where I'm staying for this weekend. And I'm just gonna recap today because it was amazing. It is the end of day 1 and it was so much fun. So the first thing I did when I got there was check in. So I got my badge, which I was way more excited about than I probably should be. And it came with this Leakycon lanyard. So I just put my head girl badge on there, and then there was this little girl that I kept seeing in line, and her mom had made these like house beads, and so she would go up to everyone and be like, what's your house? And it was so cute. So can you see that? They're Hufflepuff beads. So I just put that on my lanyard, so that's super cute. She was adorable. And then basically I met her while I was waiting in line. I'm looking at my phone for a timeline because it was crazy. And I met Allison Sudol, and the picture we took is currently in my car, so I will show you that when I do like my Leakycon haul. But she was so nice. I told her it was an honor to meet her, and she goes, likewise. And she was just so sweet. So that was really cool. After that, I went and visited the Hufflepuff common room, which notifications from Leakycon, lol. There's a picture of it, so every house has a common room, so that was fun to see. And then there were just some awesome cosplays. Like, I will try to insert pictures here. If not, go look at my Twitter because I'm tweeting like all of my pictures. My favorite one was probably this one. Can you see? Of the Dursleys and Dobby. Oh, so genius, let me tell you. And then after that, I snuck into the end of one of the panels, and it was like a Defending Slytherin panel. So Christian Coulson, who plays Chamber of Secrets Tom Riddle, was on it. And then Louis something, he plays Blaze Zabini, he was on it. So that was really cool to see. They're super cool and their accents are amazing. So after that, I moved up to the front and I got to see Allison Sudol's panel that she was on, and she is so nice and her personality is very much like mine. She said she was super nervous and introverted, and she was so cool. She talked about her music, she talked about Fantastic Beasts. She almost actually spoiled something. She started saying something and she goes, oh, I almost spoiled the second movie. And we were like, oh, tell us, but she couldn't, obviously. So that was really cool to see. And then after that, I stayed in my spot for Devin Murray's panel, and he was so funny, like the funniest guy ever, and his accent is so amazing. At one point, this girl went up to ask a question and said that she was from McKinney, Texas, and he repeated McKinney, and that's my last name, and my last name is Irish, and he's Irish, so to hear him say my last name with his accent was just dream come true. He was so funny and like so Irish. And they would stop for like 10 minutes at a time and just die laughing. It was hilarious. After that, I spontaneously bought tickets to an autograph session for Christian Coulson, Chamber of Secrets Tom Riddle. He was so cool. So what a lot of people don't know is that I love Tom Riddle, and it's purely because Christian Coulson in Chamber of Secrets, he just portrays Tom Riddle exactly how I see him in my mind, and so for that he is one of my favorites because he was just top notch, so good, 10 out of 10. So when I met him, I had him sign my Chamber of Secrets copy. Spoiler alert for my Leakycon haul, I bought this new Brian Selznick copy, and he just signed it in there, and he actually personalized it, and he says, to Keely Joe, glad I'm your favorite, Christian Coulson, and then he also put Tom Riddle, which was so cool. He was so nice, and I told him his accent reminded me of home because I call London home because I live there and I loved it and it feels like home to me. Yeah, he was so cool. I met so many cool people in line today and so many people that I have loved for years, and I'm excited to do it all again tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2. Bye!